Okay, the long-awaited announcement finally came today, straight from the Vikings. Kevin O'Connell announced as the new coach, and they're going to do a big old introductory press conference over at TCO on Thursday. So the brief little paranoia thing that some Vikings fans were going through here um, at the beginning of the week, because there was this rumor that Sean McVay might retire after the Super Bowl, and that that would mean Kevin O'Connell's going to just take over for the Rams instead of coming here, and he's going to end up just leaving us in the lurch. This was never fucking going to happen, but for some reason, this fan base insists on believing in shit like that. But it didn't happen. O'Connell's here. He's coming in. He's going to be the guy. Bring a couple other guys from the Rams. I'm not going to go down the list. There's so many different position coaches and jobs and everything um, but a couple other guys from the Rams are coming in with him. So this team's going to have it's going to be Rams North, maybe, with the head coaching approach, hopefully with the offensive approach. And I saw Justin Jefferson quote that he's very excited. Something about they get he gets the playmakers the balls. I don't know if that was like a shot at the previous regime or not, but I'm like, there's no reason not to be very optimistic and hopeful and excited. I think I've had a couple of O'Connell videos, so it's like I've kind of said my piece. But I mean, I think he's coming from a coaching tree that's been very successful to this point. He's a bright guy. He's a true offensive coach. We haven't had one since Childress, and he I don't think anyone would ever have deemed Brad Childress an innovator. So this is the first guy we've had who's really like a very modern offensive coach. And we've got so many weapons on offense. We've got such good offensive talent. I'm really really excited to see what he's going to be able to unlock, because you know I think this can be a very, very, very dangerous offense in 22. And so, pivoting off of that, there was another story that was out today that I guess DeShaun Watson has two teams that he's most interested in coming to. Now, this is just, I don't even remember what the source was on this, but supposedly there's two teams that he's most interested in coming to, one of them being the Vikings. I don't want any fucking part of DeShaun Watson, and nobody should. And it's, I would say more of the fan reaction I was seeing today on that was agreeing that they don't want any part of him. But I mean, it's funny how fast some of the anti-Kirkers go with their narratives when it just doesn't involve Kirk, because they say he's not a leader. Well, what's I guess we have to say allegedly, although there's like 22 women who have accused Watson of various forms of sexual assault and inappropriateness and whatnot. But like, that ain't fucking leadership. And they'll say, oh, Kirk can't win games. Well, the Texans won 4 games the last season that Watson was the starting quarterback. And no, wins and losses are not a quarterback stat, but they are to the people who dump on Kirk for the team record. And then the other one is the cap hit. Like, DeShaun Watson's already getting paid a bunch of money. Like, he's already onto his, was onto his second contract. He got a big, I think it might have even been right before, it might have even been right before all the stuff broke with the masseuses and everything. He got a big contract. He's a really highly paid quarterback. I thought we had cap problems and wanted to get rid of the quarterback so that we could do things. And now you want this quarterback? Like, what the hell are you talking about? It's hilarious how these people just insist on revealing themselves as it's just about they don't like Kirk. And now it's like, oh, they'll bring on a potential serial sexual abuser just to get rid of Kirk. And of course, that's the other thing, is to get Watson. Let's say Kwesi and O'Connell, they really want this guy. even if that were the case, they gotta give up a shit ton to get him. They're gonna have to probably give up, multiple high picks. Maybe players, like, they're gonna have to give up a lot to get him. And you don't have to give up anything to get Kirk because you've already got Kirk, and he's better than Watson anyway. So, but I'll be curious. I'll be very curious. I'll definitely be tuning into the introductory press conference tomorrow to hear what O'Connell's got to say. Quezzy, if he talks, what if any stuff is brought up about the quarterback, because that's going to be a decision very soon. Like, that's going to whatever they're going to do with Kirk, there's going to be a decision that's going to have to be made within about the next month. And I think there was a statement out or quote out from Kirk that he's looking forward to working with O'Connell, and I believe that he is, and I believe O'Connell's interested in working with Kirk. So I think it's a two-way street. But man, there's no reason not to be excited about this hire, about the future of the Vikings. Like this, I always lean towards optimism with the Vikings, but we really have not had this. We've not had an offensive innovator, and even if he's basically just ripping off shit from McVay, well, okay, what's wrong with that? Like, that's what's working right now. So go ahead and do that. And apply this knowledge and philosophy to this offensive personnel that we have, which has been, muzzled by Zimmer, and still was very productive. I mean, what was it, 1,700 something yards for Jefferson? Like, even with that, that's happening. Even with offensive line issues, and I expect the offensive line to be better just through different scheming. I mean, we've got a couple pieces. I think just scheme it differently, the offensive line will be better. I think Kirk will be rejuvenated. I think Jefferson will be even better. We'll have Irv Smith back. Still have Dalvin. Maybe a trade candidate for Dalvin, but I don't know. If not, you've got an incredibly dynamic running back and a big time weapon that O'Connell and his team is going to be able to play with. And I think this offense can be absolutely a top 5 offense next year, no question. And obviously the defense is going to need some, just by the nature of the number of free agents, they're going to have a lot of rebuilding. But if our offense, if O'Connell sets us up so that the offense can lead games, can be the lead dog and control games, that's going to help the defense so much, because how many times do we see it in even just the last couple of years? Like, well, the offense is clicking, and then they'll just stop doing what's working, or they'll go away from Kirk's having a hot game, and they'll go away from that and run on second and long all the time. Like, we've all can do the list. It's just stuff that we just know, everyone watching knows is wrong, and they've just kept doing it. And I don't think that's going to happen very much anymore. It doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect. It doesn't mean we're not going to win every game, 50-10. It's just, I think we're going to be able to put a lot more points up and put them up more consistently, just through coaching. And I'm very, very excited. Fortunately, it's only middle of February. We got to wait, 7 months almost until we start to see this thing in meaningful action. And I tell you, I can't get here fast enough, because I'm ready. NFC is going to be wide fucking open. Look at the players who could be leaving. I mean, Rodgers could be leaving the conference. Brady's gone. Russell Wilson could go somewhere. Aaron Donald might even still retire. Like, there's so many. And it's not just about, we could be the best team in a bad conference. But I mean, if you want to get to a Super Bowl, it helps to not have to face a fucking gauntlet. So So I'll do a wrap up tomorrow of the big presser. Um, but Kevin O'Connell, let's get it going. We're going to the bowl. Bowl next year is in Arizona. Let's go. Let's get to Glendale.